Did the riot police got you feeling down? Are they big meanies? When they wear camouflage, does it hurt your feelings? Is their equipment too militarized? I'm triggered! Introducing a humane and simple way to deal with rioters. Our line of riot deterrent vehicles are useful in any situation. We promise you that only one application of our riot deterrent vehicles will prevent any further riots or your money back. Antifa, more like Antifa you. Calm down, everyone, it was just a joke. Well, maybe. This video today is going to be about police equipment. Now, the term militarized police has been thrown around a lot the past few years, and I just wanted to clear some stuff up. Now, what's got me on this topic today is a video was posted to the WTF subreddit about a new piece of equipment used for riots. Now, my first question about this is, why is this on the WTF subreddit? This subreddit is normally reserved for people doing stupid shit that almost gets them killed, people being outright ridiculous, people not doing stupid shit and almost being killed, people walking into black bears because their situational awareness is shit, so I was wondering, why would this piece of equipment used to keep police officers safe be on the WTF subreddit? Now, from what I can see, most of the people on this Reddit thread agree with me. Why is this on what the fuck? Obviously, someone got a little triggered by it, said, what the fuck is this? Why do police need this? Lord forbid police need to protect themselves from heavily armed suspects. Fortunately, like I said, a lot of people are like, why is this in the WTF subreddit? One of the top comments is, what is WTF about this? It's literally a rapidly deployable riot wall. I really love the people taking the more humorous route, like Mr. Slapshot12 here. When the zombie apocalypse comes, these will be worth their weight in gold, or food, or whatever is most valuable then. Spizicus Rex, where are the flamethrowers? My man. Alright, we're kind of getting off subject. Let's talk about the militarization of police. Words are hard. If you Google militarization of police, one of the first things that pops up is an article by the New Yorker. It says, do not resist in the crisis of police militarization. The first paragraph of the article by the New Yorker says, 3 years ago when the Tsarnaev brothers, the Boston bombers, set off the bomb at the finish line of the Boston Marathon, killing 3 people and wounding 264, Craig Atkinson, a New York filmmaker, looked on with as much horror as anyone else. But he noticed something too. The police in Boston and its suburbs sent armored cars into the streets and deployed officers dressed like stormtroopers who carried assault rifles and fanned out across neighborhoods as though they were in an infantry division in Afghanistan. Atkinson asked himself, when did local police forces and their equipment and tactics come to resemble armies of occupation? I don't know about you guys, but I would be happy as shit if there were police armed with ARs fanning out across my neighborhood searching for 2 brothers who just blew up nearly 300 people. I would be happy as hell that my police were that well armed to respond to a situation like this. Just in case you didn't know, the reason that some police departments and some SWAT teams look like military members is because the Department of Defense had a surplus of equipment and decided to give some of that to local police departments. Yes, the Department of Defense gives local police departments huge discounts or even gives away ARs, MRAPs, armored vehicles, Bearcats, whatever you want to call them, camouflage, all sorts of stuff. First off, let's talk about MRAPs, Bearcats, shit like that, whatever you want to call it. Armored vehicles. Why do police need armored vehicles? For one thing, police don't like being shot in active shooter situations. When a SWAT team responds to an active shooter situation or a situation that could be deadly, they normally like to be behind giant panes of metal and glass. Do they absolutely need mine-resistant vehicles? No, but the Department of Defense gave it to them or gave them a huge discount on them. And it's way better to be inside something that bullets can't go through than just walking down the road to where they need to go.
We could save lives with this piece of apparatus.
It's meant for hostage or barricaded situations, even natural disasters.
If we get an area of the city that gets flooded, we can drive this guy right in there.
So how much is it costing you? A federal grant funded part of the urban assault vehicle. Fort Myers taxpayers shelled out just $3,400. A steal because its original sticker price, nearly $750,000.
The amount of cost that we purchased this vehicle for is probably the amount we would spend just to upkeep the old one a year.
And we've seen them used in a number of active shooter situations. They used them in San Bernardino.
Just minutes later, special vehicle called a TAC Cat moves in, armed with a ballistic shield.
The whole point of armored vehicles in a law enforcement setting is exactly how they use this particular event, where you take the vehicles and you use them as cover.
They use them at the Pulse nightclub. There's a few other situations that I can't think of off the top of my head, but they're awesome vehicles to have to protect civilians and police. Long guns, ARs, stuff like that. Why do police need those? Well, simply because the bad guys have them. Even when the bad guys just have pistols, it's better to have a long gun. In a kill or be killed situation, you want to have the upper hand, so that's why police carry long guns now. Rifles started being used by police departments across the country after the North Hollywood shootout or the North Hollywood bank robbery years ago. If you've never seen that before, these two guys got full body armor, a few AKs, robbed a bank, and then walked around firing at police for a very long time before SWAT was able to show up with rifles and put them down. In that situation, the regular patrol officers were only armed with 38 and 9mm pistols. They had to go to a local gun store and use some of the rifles from the gun store in order to fight these guys back. We've seen so many ambushes the past few years on police officers by someone using a rifle. It's silly for every police officer not to have a rifle in their car. There are some departments that have teased the idea of using .40 caliber rifles for their officers because they're easily interchangeable with their handguns instead of the normal .223 or .556 cartridges, but I think that is just the dumbest shit in the world. Camouflage. Why do police wear camouflage? A lot of people get their feelings hurt that police wear camouflage sometimes. The reason behind this is, like we already stated about the MRAPs, the Bearcats, the rifles, is the DOD was able to give local police departments a lot of camouflage. That means the individual police departments didn't have to take that money out of their budget to give their SWAT or tactical teams uniforms. That's money that department can take and put into other things. Grenade launchers. Why do police need grenade launchers? Because they don't actually shoot grenades out of them. Tear gas canisters are perfect for riot situations. They're amazing for removing someone from a house so police don't have to go in there and get into a possible deadly confrontation. Let's say someone runs from the police and they barricade themselves inside of a house with a gun, which happens a lot. Instead of the police having to go in there and a possible shootout happening where police are injured, the person's injured, people die, you pop a few cans of tear gases right through their window and there's a good chance that they're going to come out of that room that they're in or out of the house that they're barricaded in. I think that covers most of the stuff that people are normally worried about when it comes to the militarization of police. If I forgot something, leave it in the comments below. We can talk about it later. I don't know about you guys, but I like the fact that my local SWAT team, my local tactical team, has the equipment ready to respond to an active shooter situation and handle that situation appropriately. It's not a police state like I see people saying so much on a lot of YouTube videos. If camouflage hurts your feelings, I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, this is Donut. I'm sorry I'm late for my Twitch stream. It's been a super crazy day and I've been wanting to make this video all day long. If any of you watch the Richard Lewis show, he's an esports caster. He does a podcast on his own channel and he's been talking about having me on there. Hopefully that'll happen soon. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Friday's almost here. I hope you guys have an awesome Thursday.
Autobots raise their paddle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons, the Transformers.